All right, all right. What's going on, party people? This your man Griff. All right, I'm back. Of course, I have to show y'all the scans, okay? So I got the papers. You see 159 pages. Not scanning the shipping label. So got the 159 pages. I'm going to scan. Let me show y'all real quick the scanner that I'm using. So we'll be all on the same page. I'm using this here, the Brother ADS 2800W. I've been using this for the whole time I've been a notary, um, almost 6 years now. So it's been doing this thing, hasn't failed me yet. Every now and then, yeah, it might be a paper jam, but that's very rare. And most of the time, it's because I didn't, you know, get the papers aligned properly and things of that nature, or I might have left a paper clip on there, stuff like that. Um, and then you have these other ones. Now, this one's $700. No, I do not suggest you buy this one because it's actually an older model going out of style, about 40 pages a minute, maybe a little less. Might be more. I can't remember exactly. Um, and then you have this one, the ADS 3300. It's up to 40 scans per minute. I mean, pages per minute. That's the bottom line of speed that I would go for, at least 40 pages. Then you have the ADS 4900W, which is a professional one, which is on the level of the Raven, and it can scan up to 60 pages per minute. So, if I were to buy a new scanner, it would be this one here. This is the one that I would buy most definitely. I'll put the link um to these two, to the more recent one, the 3300 and the 64900, in the description. I'll put links to those in the description for y'all. So I got my timer, it's already reset. Let me put my mouse over here on the clear button so y'all can see. Yep, it works. It clear. And I'm gonna start scanning, and then I'm gonna bring a little dialog box over so y'all can see that, because that shows um that the scan is happening and how many pages and all that good stuff. So I'm not going to pause the timer. I'm gonna just keep the timer running, and we'll go here and we'll see how long it takes. Because to be honest, I've never timed it, so I don't know how many minutes it takes. I just know it works and it does what I need it to do, and it doesn't take an hour. All right, all right. Get started with that. And where is my little dialogue? Here we go. So that's the dialogue showing how many pages are scanning. I know it's a little hard for y'all to see. And while that's going, I'm getting the next set of pages that I'm gonna stick in there, because I can't stick all 159 pages in there at one time. And y'all may be able to hear it over there scanning. So it's doing its thing. hmm So both my signings went well, no problems with them. This 159 one got done in about 30 minutes. The gentleman didn't need to read anything. He was already well versed on his documents. So he just sat there, signed, and it took a little bit. He took his time signing. He wasn't rushing. I didn't rush him and anything of that nature. And one time we had to pause because the son came out and needed some help with connecting to the Wi-Fi for his little game device. So right now it's stopped. Waiting for me to put some more paper in. So, and then I just hit continue. Now the cool thing about this scanner is that it will pause until you can set it to pause until you put some more paper in and then hit continue. That's one of the things I didn't like about the Raven. The Raven didn't just pause. The Raven would like process whatever you scan as if, okay, that's it. So if there's a pause feature in it, I could not find it to pause without processing it and then allow you to put more and then hit continue. I did not see that option in there whatsoever. So here's the last section of things, and this is like might be faster than the daggone printer. You know, we're at 218, so all right. So and then on this, because I have the pause feature, it has a little option there to hit complete job, let you know. So at the end of this here next round, it's going to be like we're done, and it'll go ahead on and process it and everything. So this is probably be a little bit more than the 3 minutes and some change, looking at how many more pages I got. So it's doing probably about a scan every second and a half or so. And this is all I do. I mean, that's why I'm saying, this 4 hour deal that people keep talking about, I don't see how anybody is spending that much if you got the right equipment. Of course, if you don't have the right equipment, yes, you're going to be spending some time scanning, and that's why I don't suggest that you use that you don't get one of those flatbed scanners and things of that nature, because it'll take forever. All right, just a few more pages. Will it be less than 4 minutes? That's it, 3:56. All right. Oh yeah, I had to take one of the pages out that they told me they didn't need. So no, I remember it was 2 pages. It was two. I'm sorry, 158 pages, because it was a page in there that they put in there by accident. I had to text them about that, and they said, "Yeah, I can throw that out." So I took that page out. So 158 pages in 3 minutes and 56 seconds, and that's with the pausing. It would have been less time if I hadn't had the pauses and all that stuff, because I could have actually just dropped more papers in there to keep it going without stopping whatsoever. So you can add a couple of seconds, take away some seconds if I would have did it that way. But it's 158 pages that were scanned in less than 4 minutes. So again, so you're talking about let me come back to y'all for a second. So you're talking about, okay, so let's do the numbers here real quick. And I don't feel like adding it all up. Maybe later. But you're talking about um let me pull this up. We'll probably try to do the math. I don't know. So you're talking about 20 minutes, um 20 minutes or so to drive there. And then you're talking about 30 minutes for the signing. You're talking about 7 minutes for first um the printing, and then you're talking about 4 minutes. We'll just round it up to 4 minutes for the scans. Okay. So 4 minutes for the scans. So let me make sure we got it. So we got, oh, and then another 20 minutes coming home. Okay. Even though I did not come straight home, I had to go somewhere else, but we'll just say if I went there and back 20 minutes. So you're talking about 40 minutes. Um, so you're talking about 40, then plus another 30. So that's 70 minutes. So that means that's what, an hour and 10 minutes plus then 77 plus 4. So 81 minutes. Okay. 81 minutes. Okay. That's what it comes out to if I do just straight time. And that's with me not even doing doc prep. And if you add doc prep in there, you're talking about what? We'll just give it another 20 minutes. All right. So that's still less than way less than 2 hours. So what's that? So minus 60. All right. So that means 41. So an hour and 41 minutes if I'm doing that right. So you're talking about if you just go straight. And of course, I know you got all the other caveats in there and stuff, but just looking at level of effort just to do this, I'm seeing an hour and 40 some minutes of actual time doing it. Printing the doc. Now, if you want to add in the how long it took to download, upload, and all that, okay, let's just give it another 10 minutes altogether because it doesn't take that long to whatchamacallit, download the documents and then pull them up to print. Doesn't take that long to upload the document. So, if you want to add another 10 minutes on there or 9 minutes and just make it a full, 1 hour and 50 minutes, okay. And if you really want to just stretch it, you can say a full 2 hours. So for a full 2 hours, you're talking about I got paid what $90 for 2 hours worth of effort. Where's the full hour comes in at? Hmm? That's what I want to know. I want to know where the 4 hours at. And you're talking about, which means you saying you can only do about two of these per day because technically I should still be trying to get this done if it's going to take me that long. So again, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to put people down or anything, but I'm just trying to get to the truth of the matter. And what I'm seeing, it's not taking that long. I'll be honest with you. It really isn't taking that long. So I am doing the what the heck is this guy's last name? Okay. And it was a refi. And then I'm going to upload it to the portal, which isn't going to take me but just a few seconds. So hold on 1 second. Of course, I can't show y'all all of that because then you'll be seeing people's PII. Where's my man stuff? Documents. Um, I can actually just drag and drop that over. So I'm gonna just drag and drop. Oh, drag and drop that over. All right, and that uploaded. Now I'm going to do the IDs. Gotta upload his IDs. Where are the ID? Oh, there it is. And do that. So I mean, it really isn't taking that long. I mean, I'm just being real with you. I'm just knocking this bad boy out. All right. And change that to the name. Okay. And then I'm going to add that. Again, I wish I could show y'all all this, but then, like I said, I got to protect the people's PII, personal identifiable information. So scanbacks are done. That took less than 3 minutes, probably less than 2 minutes. I literally just did the scanbacks um right here. I'm trying to see if I can find a way to show y'all what I did. Hold on 1 second. Like I said, I gotta protect their stuff. All right. And you can see scanbacks complete. You can see scanbacks complete. So I just did this just right now, and y'all saw that it took, I would say, less than 2 minutes to change the name of the file. Boom, to download and save the IDs. Boom, upload all of that. I mean, 2 minutes, and then go back, delete what all the stuff and all of that. Delete the scans after you make sure you got paid. Um, how long you should keep the IDs. Depends on you whether you have the cyber protection, all of that kind of stuff. That's up to you. But it doesn't really take that long to do the scans, and then once you make sure that they got everything, you can actually go on to delete the IDs right then and there. But I will hold on to the scans to make sure that everything was square, and then most people will either hold on to the scans for say a year or till they get paid, and sometimes you might take you a year to get paid and all of that good stuff. So that's it. I mean, I don't know what else anybody can do to prove to you that this is not that complicated, it's not that difficult. So if you don't have now, here's the thing, in my opinion, some of these individuals got too much stuff going on. They got way too much stuff going on, and it's hard for them to stay focused on one thing. Um, so yeah, it could take you a whole lot to get stuff done because you're running here, you're running there, you're doing this, you're doing that, taking care of kids, this, that, and the other. And again, if you're an individual that can't handle the stress of last minute, then of course it's going to be a bother for you. If you are an individual who has meltdowns, your brain freezes, you just can't process stuff. I get it. But I don't think it's right that if you have that situation, that you make other people feel bad as if, like, well, because it took you 4 hours, it's going to take everybody else 4 hours. I don't believe that's the case. I really and truly don't believe that's the case. Um, that means you're just going to have to work a little harder and find a way to do it. But in my opinion, and y'all tell me, and I might put a poll question on the community tab about this. But right now, what I'm seeing is that there's two types of notaries we have out here. You got notaries that want to get paid for the level of effort they put in this business. And then you have notaries, the second set of notaries are notaries that's trying to get their bills paid. Because what I notice is that the people who say that they are concerned about, they want to get paid for their effort, they want to get paid, because it takes all this time to do this, that, and the other. Unless I've missed it, I have not heard them say, I'm trying to get $100 per signing because I got bills to pay. I'm not hearing that. I'm trying to get $100 per signing because I got these bills to pay, and it will help me to get the money that I need quicker to pay the bills. But what I'm hearing from the notaries who are doing this business and trying to get paid to pay their bills, they're looking at anything that comes in from from $1 all the way up to a gabillion dollars is helping me to have money to pay my bills. That's what I'm hearing. And if you are an individual who has other things going on in your life that covers the bills, some people have told me, they said, well, my husband or my wife got this kind of money coming in, so this is really just play money for me. I understand. And I think people who look at this business as this is just play money for me, this is just some side money, this isn't my main thing, they tend to be a little more on edge when they have to do all of what we got to do who trying to just make money to pay bills. They're like, nah, I ain't doing all that to make some money. My bills are paid. This is covered. That's covered. There's nothing wrong with that. I get it. But when I was working my W-2, I had to remove myself from that attitude. And the reason why is because if I kept that attitude, I got lazy in the business. My wife can talk about that very well. And we may have her come on Friday for Freedom Friday and talk about that. And if y'all want to hear her talk about it, um, let me know in the comment section if y'all want Miss Griffin, Mrs. G Ayaba to come on here and break some stuff down from her perspective about the mindset of a business owner and working a W-2. But I know when I was working a W-2, I had to look at it as I don't have a W-2, even though I did. I had to, and that helped me to work it. I had to work the business as if I didn't have anything to fall back on. And I'm glad that I did because now that I don't have anything to fall back on, it's driving me, it's keeping me going. If you got a person to fall back on, whether it's your spouse, family members, the person you're dating, sugar daddy, sugar mama, sugar kids, whatever you want to call it, sugar nephews, people who just, you got that favorite nephew that always look out for auntie or for uncle. You have that in some family. I don't have any of that. I don't. So this is why, and a lot of people, if you read the comments, and I appreciate the comments, if you read the comments, people are like, I got to make this work. And some of the folk, they don't have to disclose it, but I'm sure they're in a situation where they don't have anything or anyone to fall back on. So if they don't take the orders, where does that leave them? So let me make sure I got this right for today, real quick. So I did that plus that plus that plus that. So I had 4 orders today, and only one was $100. Only one. Only one of my orders was $100. Only one. And without the other orders, I would only made $100. With the other orders, I made $365. And I was just sitting here adding it all up. Let me so I had a choice to do today, and my minimum goal is $300 a day. So again, I had that 100 plus a 90 plus another 90 and then plus 85. The 14-page one was $85. That's how much I made today toward taking care of my financial obligations. So let's just do the numbers. Let's just say if I average that, let's just say if I made that every single day and I just work Monday through Friday. So that's 20 working days out of the month. Okay. Typically that's about 20 because 5 times 4 is 4 weeks in the month, 20. So 5 times 20. So that times 20, that's potentially, if I do that, how much money I could make, how much money you could make. But if I did what I did today times the 20, that's where I'm at. So the question then becomes, if individuals who want $100 or more aren't taking these other orders, then how much money are they really making in the notary business? That's the true question. How much money are they really making in the notary business? Now, they're like, okay, now they got all this other stuff that's bringing them money, but you're not a person who can do all of that or want to do all of that other stuff. Then how do you make money if you're foregoing opportunities to make money? So that was three. Hold on, and so that was $265 that I received that was below $100. Help me to understand how that's not beneficial to me and my family. Help me understand how any of that I did, that $265, how it interfered with your money. How did it stop you from making the money you wanted to make? Because you didn't want to mess with those orders anyway. You really didn't. Y'all made it clear. Okay. So they're out there for me and everybody else to get, but only one came through for 100 that I was able to get for today. And I think I was already booked for that, ahead of time. And then the other orders that I saw for today, I can't even recall if any of them was over $100. Oh, one signature closes one, and somebody got that before I did. And that was for, I think, tomorrow or something like that, or maybe Friday. But for us today, I didn't see anything else coming through for 100. So I would have missed out. That's the thing. So how much money are they doing if you're not taking these orders, which means you should be making this money with somebody paying you that. And if you have that in pocket, to where you have a group of people that's willing to pay you the dollar amount that you want, and that dollar amount is meeting your monthly goal, your daily goal, and your monthly goal, then I don't see what the problem is that if you've been elevated to only do orders from $100 and above, 125 and above, 150 and above, how does anything that I do or anybody else does, whether in your city or state or not, truly interferes with your ability? Because you was able to get those clients that can pay you this, irregardless of what we've been doing before we even got into business. You got that clientele established. Now, if your clientele fell back and all of a sudden they're doing it for less, then you maybe need to have a conversation with them and say, okay, I understand those people may want to do it for less, but why would you need to drop mine? Because I'm giving you quality, I'm giving you value. But that's their prerogative if they so choose. And that's where you're going to have a conversation with them to find out what's going on with that. Does there has to be, do you have to have a reduction or whatever the case may be? But if they're suffering and they've lost clientele, then they just may have no choice but to reduce what they're paying out to you. So it's not that notaries want to take lower fee orders, except, well, the only time primarily is when a notary has been coached by their mentor or notary trainer to volunteer their time and do it for less money or to undercut people. That's the only time you can legitimately say, from a title company's perspective, oh, I guess they want to take it for less. And then they go in there and do it for less. And then they keep doing it and they never ask to go to say, okay, well, I did 10 for you for free or 10 for you for a reduced price. So now I want you to do what? Pay me the full price once I've proven myself. If that person doesn't have good negotiating skills and don't know how to do it, yes, it can appear that, oh, well, I guess this is what notaries want, because they're not going to beg you and prod you and push you toward asking them for more money. You got to be a mature business owner and ask for it yourself. So if you do go in there and take a lesser fee, you tell them you want to take a lesser fee to get started, then you need to let them also know that after I've done X amount of signings, I want, and if I've proven myself, I want the regular pay. And then it's their prerogative whether they go for it or not. And if you've been getting a higher pay and then they decide to drop it, you got to figure out, okay, well, how can I work with you? Is that customer valuable enough to you that you keep that relationship, even though the pay is less, until they turn things back around and can truly afford to pay you more? But if you're saying you're no longer able to pay me this, then I'm done with you. That really says a lot about you, because that means you was only kicking it with me because you was getting this particular dollar amount that you could brag on YouTube and anywhere else. And now that you can't, now you seem to be a part of the commoners. I mean, that's how some people are telling me that they're looking at this. And I know y'all hear me saying it, but y'all don't hear them saying it, and that's fine. I'm relaying some of the stuff that they're saying, like, yeah, this is what these people sound like to me, that they're basically saying that if they got to take an order for that dollar amount, huh, and that's how some people are coming across, like, because that dollar amount is beneath me, if you take it, you're beneath me. I don't really want to rock with you. I don't want that in my atmosphere, in my space, that mentality of taking orders that are less than what I would take it. So if that's what your mentality is, why would you hang with me? And if that's your mentality, why would I want to be mentored by you? Why would I want to collaborate with you if your attitude is people who take that type of order, they are at a deficient level, at a depressed subpar level to me, because I don't do that, and that is beneath me. Therefore, I don't need to be around people who live their life that way. That's what you're saying. And that's what we've been taught and told to do. If you are trying to live your life a particular way, you don't associate yourself with people who aren't. And it makes perfect sense. So how much more time you going to spend trying to move people up to your level? And what's the point of doing so? What are we going to accomplish? What are we Because if I'm happy where I'm at, let me be. You're happy where you're at, cool. I'll let you be. This is how we learn to get along with each other, because when you're living in an apartment complex, when you're living in a housing community, a home or a single family home community, everybody operates different. The one thing we all supposed to do for each other is respect each other's property, respect each other's space, respect each other's family. Okay, as long as I don't see you abusing your kids, I'm chill. You might scream or yell at them here and there. Okay, that might be your way. I'm gonna keep my eye on you, but I'm not going to, as long as I don't see you hitting them. Okay, your wife cussing you out in the middle of the street. I might need to say something, because you want to take that inside and get some counseling. Try to help you out. But if you don't want to hear what I got to say, then my hands off of it. And that's what we do. So if the people don't want to listen to me, I'm like, okay, cool. If they don't want to listen to you, be like, okay, cool. It's okay. It's okay. Leave them be. And if they learn the hard way, whatever, they all of a sudden, then so be it. But do you, and be happy with doing you. I'm happy with doing me. I'm not telling anybody what they should and shouldn't take. All I'm saying is, if your goal is to make money in this business, you got to start somewhere. And that's just a basic business principle. And not every order that a business takes, not every sale that they make is always going to be 100% profitable. There are always areas in which they're going to lose money, and they have to learn to bounce back for it, or take that as an acceptable loss as a part of the business and write it off. That's I mean, why buy a car for your business because it's a depreciating asset? But you say I can take that depreciation asset and use it as a tax write-off. I can't use the rental car that I rent as a tax write-off because it's not mine. So, but it's more efficient for me to have a rental car than to be paying for maintenance on a car. And then if it breaks down, I gotta go rent a car. I might as well just rent the car. And if it breaks down, get it swapped out. That's my plan. And I don't tell anybody that they should go the way I'm going with regards to a car. I've never told anybody that. I answer the questions about it, and then I let y'all decide for yourself. But I'm not going to sit here and be upset with you because you don't get a rental car. That's your prerogative. As long as you're doing what you need to do to make money and you and your family are cool with it, that's all that matters to me. So I hope y'all learned something. And I will have to say this: if anybody was offended by the way I came off, that wasn't my intent. It wasn't my intent to offend, but yet I know it might have been offensive to some folk. And then you first need to ask yourself, why was it offensive? Or was Griff just trying to speak the truth or his truth? And that's all I can say. So I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. So it wasn't my intent to offend. It was my intent to educate and enlighten. But I know sometimes when you're doing that, people can and will be offended. Even if I didn't do it the way I did, people can and will still be offended. It's that simple. So I'll see y'all on Friday Friday unless something else pops up that I feel I need to address on over the next days and stuff before Friday Friday. Y'all have a good one. And again, let me know if y'all want Mrs. G to hop on. Feel free to give me your comments about what you saw here tonight on this video, as well as the other videos. Comment on the other videos. Feel free to hit the like button, all that. And I just throw this out there. If you really like the content and it helped you out, consider hitting that super thanks. I mean, they got you throwing some dollars their way. That's all I'm saying. Not that I need it, but I'm just saying. I'm just messing with y'all. Talk to y'all later.